This is a progressive program that will take the mystery out of politics. This is the program that will encourage you to make sure government becomes we the people. Whether you are liberal, progressive, conservative, or otherwise, you get to air your point of view. We are an independent media outlet that, unlike mainstream media beholden to corporations, we only owe allegiance to you. Remember, you can also send me a tweet at EGBERT. It is politics done right. Well, folks, welcome to one more edition of Politics Done Right. I'm Berto Will is your host. Thank you so kindly for being a part of us. Before I get started, for those of you who are listening on YouTube, Twitter, meaning Periscope, also on Facebook Live and all the rest, I am transmitting at a lower bit rate, and I am using the cellular technology, one of these guys, special for you, to transmit until we can get our cable high-speed gigabyte network fixed. Right now, it isn't. So therefore, I'm coming to you through this system. What this also means, however, is some of our call-in may be getting our call-in signal here. I am still trying to work on it to see if we can actually get our call-in part of the show working, because again, I'm waiting on somebody to call in as well. So Neil Aquino, who's a part of the show today, if you are able to call in, we can try to see if that will work or not. So let's see. I just went ahead and try to get that connected as well. But anyhow, those of you that are listening to the podcast, you are lucky because, again, you get the post-processed show, which means when we're done here and I'm done processing it, you get the best of all worlds. Anyhow, we're going to have a great show for you today. I haven't brought it up yet because I have to be very cognizant of the, how should I say this? I've got to be very cognizant of how much bandwidth I am using. So I am slow in getting the different sections of the show up. Well, now I think I need to try to get that online. Let's see if it'll come on. Bear with me, folks, as we get this all together, because you know how that goes. Sometimes you're on, sometimes you're not. But anyhow, what we're going to do here is I am going to leave this baby. I'm going to go ahead and refresh and come back. What I want to try to get, and those of you that are listening online, I'd like you to tell me how is the video, because like I said, we reduced the bandwidth by a whole bunch with the expectation that somehow this will be better. So let me know if you're hearing it just fine or not, and then we'll get right into the show. So those of you that are listening on air or wherever, let me know if you are able to just fine listen to us. I would be happy to find out as quickly as you can. Anyhow, today's subject is you don't like your presidential candidate? Here's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to remember to think local. Please, my friends, think local. Okay, yeah, I understand. Yeah, I'm sorry about that hiss, folks. And I'm sorry about it being jumpy. Madison Page is listening here on, I guess you are on Periscope. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So we have Periscope, Facebook, and YouTube all active right now. What I'm going to try to do, I tell you what, Neil Aquino, if you are listening right now, what I'm going to do is get started with the portion of the first portion of the show first, the second portion of the show first, the second first, etc., etc. Anyhow, the title of the show today is You Don't Like Your Presidential Candidate? We Must Think Local. Vote, vote, vote. Many Bernie Sanders supporters are understandably upset at his suspended campaign. The progressive movement needs the vote at the local and at every single level. While the plutocracy can pull all kinds on the local level, as you start to grow up onto the local level, what starts to happen is you start taking over these parties. You start taking over the mantle of power. And that is what we want to do. So When you hear folks like Neil Aquino, who is working actively throughout Houston to make that change on the local level, when you hear a prospective judge and a current lawyer that works very hard within the community, when you hear these folks doing their thing, if you know what I mean, that is where we have to start. That is where we have to get busy. That is where we have to get do it. Well, like it seems like we got the connection down. So Neil Aquino, you're on air. If you can call in now, I think I asked you to call in at about 3:10. I think we'll be able to take your call, so I won't have to run to do the first. I can keep the show in the order that I want to keep the show in. So anyhow, while the plutocracy can pull all kinds of machinations national, progressives have much more control at the local level. Let's not squander what we have built because of all the power of the establishment was used against our candidate. Yes, I understand that. The power of the establishment was used against our candidates. But you know what? We are big boys. We're big girls. We are all these things. When you are in the political domain,